Hello, everybody, and welcome back to some more quarterfinals action in the Oceania 4Key World Cup 2021. We only have one match for this block, and it's going to be France versus the Netherlands. And we're going to be seeing myself, Toph Daddy, commentating, joined by Davy, who wanted me to introduce us as Toph Davy for some reason. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Let's
We're
see
good.
some action. I'm
excited. This match is, I think, gonna be interesting. We got the rotated flag match.
Yeah, exactly. That's so funny. Everyone loves the blue, white, and red, even America.
True. It can't be avoided here in the World Cup, but France versus Netherlands is going to be pretty interesting because I think actually, it's kind of hard to say how the teams are going to be approaching this. I think Netherlands has had pretty good success as far as like hybrids and lung notes have been going, but France has been having that pretty much the same deal, winning 2 of their 3 points against the United States on long note picks.
That's extraordinary.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see the strategies they go for. I think France is going to feel a little bit more comfortable overall than the Netherlands is on this pool. So I think they're just going to go with whatever they feel the most confident in, which I think is going to be the long note picks. But Netherlands is going to have a really interesting path through this. They're going to have to play really well to make it through this match because of how strong France is.
Yeah, I know there's a couple of stronger Rice players on the roster, like Too Fast For You, Bakretsu, Tyrannix. The concern would be SVs. I wonder if they'll be
Yeah, actually, that's kind of interesting. I expect France to ban Massacre. That's my expectation because the last 2 the last 2 rounds that they've played, they have banned the memorization SV pick and just put all their effort towards the reading one. So I could expect to see Marissa open up on this match. And if Netherlands put the work in for that, then they could potentially take a point off of it. But France has been showing very, very good practice on these SV picks that they're leaving open.
Yeah, I guess the thing about Marissa is it's not like your normal reading pick. It's very hectic, and it's often like built to mess up your accuracy. And I feel like some teams are going to be off-put by it. It's just a feeling I have.
Yeah, potentially. I think there's a lot of teams that are having a little bit of issues with Marissa just because of how hard it is to stay consistent with the accuracy, and even in some cases combo, just because of how the SVs are set up.
Yeah, and Massacre also has the issue of being extremely repetitive to a fault.
Yeah.
You can very easily mind block it if you're not careful.
But it being repetitive also makes it a lot easier to learn, so we could see Marissa banned up by France instead.
It's just the rhythm itself is fine and as repetitive, right? It's just that the pattern for that specific moment is repeated so much that it really wears down on you.
Yeah. But it does look like bans are coming out, Netherlands losing the role banning first, and they go with You Don't Know as their ban. I guess the comparative, you could compare this to One of None from last round, a wild card of sorts, though this is more on the technical side than One of None was. And I think the 240 BPM mini checks might just throw people off.
It might have been too much, honestly, because I've seen this avoided every match now. I'm not sure if that will change, but it's either... Well, I haven't seen it banned, but I have always seen it ignored.
Have we seen any winners bracket matches, actually?
I don't think so, actually.
I think winners bracket is where we were going to start seeing that pick come out more. Super Anime Groove, both SVs are open. That is interesting.
Also, 2 Rice picks out. You don't usually see this.
I think this kind of goes back to what I was saying, where the Netherlands and Netherlands in particular, because I think they are physically the weaker team in this setup, but they're both of these teams seem more comfortable on the long note side of things, which puts Netherlands, I think, at a pretty significant disadvantage when it comes to all of this.
They have an advantage on a lot of things since they are, as you said, slightly more physical. They can pick a Xronier if they want.
LFO coming out as a first pick from France, though. I think this is going to be pretty telling of the path of this match, though.
Yeah, we're going to see all the LNs be slotted out first, and then we'll probably go to something like Alone Intelligence, then Endless. We could see some SVs thrown in the middle of that, and lastly we'll go to Rise. It's interesting how they have pretty much the same skill sets, it's just that France is a tad stronger physically. If they want to play it, I guess, a bit smarter, I'd go for stuff like Yuzakura or stuff like that. To really throw the Netherlands up.
Yeah, I am kind of interested to see which of these teams ends up going for Rice first.
Yeah, it's going to be.
And maybe Netherlands will go for Rice first. France showed last weekend that they have somewhat of a weakness, particularly when it comes to technical picks and their consistency on them. So that could be an interesting point to tackle if you're the Netherlands.
Yeah, they could potentially go for Shun Hasana, definitely. It's very chokeable.
It's very chokeable. Yeah. And it's a bit physically easier than the rest of the Rice pool, so it could be a really good point to see for the Netherlands.
Yeah, it just depends if they have their own team.
Oh wait, hold on. Why are the teams on the wrong order? Hold on.
Hold for your horses. Okay.
Well,
I guess we'll do for now.
We'll have to worry about this after this happens.
Yeah,
for you with a very early break on these long notes.
yeah. Thankfully, it's early, so and it didn't like affect his accuracy too much. But yeah, that's going to hurt. Probably setting him off by, I don't know, 9,000 points. Oh yeah, and Psycam is our resident birthday haver and hidden player too, which is something you don't see often, but he does play it like exclusively.
Yeah, another miss from the Netherlands side. Oh, and right as I say that, Bakritzi finds some issues on those awkward rhythms in the break, and 0 full combos to 3 now in France with a heavy lead coming into the second half.
Yeah, not looking good for them. Still have more maps, more notes, but so far it's not much France can do because, I mean, Netherlands.
Yeah, all things considered, the accuracies aren't too far off. Zaykan actually being the lowest accuracy in the lobby at the moment, and Too Fast For You keeping up with Aura and Patoz. It's just the combo breaks that are doing a significant amount to the score lead, and France now with Too Fast For You dropping, France is going to take that lead and ride it home. A very heavy lead, 40,000 points.
That was way too many misses then. Yeah. It's too many misses. It's unfortunate. I'd say they could go for like a more physically easier pick, such as, what was it again? What's it called? Somewhere I Belong?
Yeah, I could see that one being an interesting point.
Yeah, or they could go for more SVs because they also aren't really physically challenging. It's just that Marisa has really awkward bursts and just awkward patterns all around, and awkward SVs to top them off. Top M off, not top N. Yeah.
The Netherlands is going to have their own pick. I could actually see them going for SVs right away here, or taking that risk and going for one of the easier race picks, potentially like Chitriel or Shuno Hazama, and just trying to see what they can do on those kinds of picks.
Yeah, that's an interesting dynamic where you're not really sure what they're going to do. Yeah, they're picking Alone Intelligence, though I did not expect it that fast. But yeah, it's hybridy, lots of long note emphasis, and many different patterns, some 110 bursts.
Yeah, it's just a lot to take in. It's a lot of transitioning in between bursts and LN patterns and mini jacks. And then especially that middle section with the 3-note jacks with the long notes thrown in the middle of all of it.
Yeah, that
just makes it very difficult to be consistent on.
Yeah, that part is, like, in my opinion, the most trickiest part of the map. I always had lots of issues. I remember like complaining about one specific mini jack pattern because it was like free and then immediately afterwards 3 more mini jacks on the same column, and you had like very little chance to readjust. But well, that wasn't changed. Apparently they're having lag spikes or something.
I have no idea. Well, that would be the Netherlands, but regardless, we have them on the right sides this time. France is now on the blue team and Netherlands on the red team, and we'll be seeing pick number 2, Netherlands' first pick in this match. We'll see if they're going to be able to equalize it.
Yeah. Alone Intelligence, also known as dumb.
I agree. It's really awkward to play. But we get a good 30-45 seconds of this intro where there isn't too much difficulty, so we get a little bit of time before the actual chart starts.
Yeah, it's just a bit of... I wouldn't call it filler, but it's like just a calm before the storm, or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
There are like some strange rhythms going on here, little bits of graces and stuff. Mostly due to the polyrhythm going on at the same time. But it shouldn't be a biggie to hack.
Yeah, this intro shouldn't be telling us too much about what the rest of the map's going to be like. Toxic sent a little bit behind in these first 400 notes. Burst not tripping anyone up. I'm interested to see if this trill on 2 and 3 are going to mess anyone up.
A couple of these beginning transitions are actually surprisingly awkward to hit.
Yeah, no one messes up that one, but so it looks like we'll be actually getting into the meat of the chart with no real mistakes in this beginning.
Yeah, seems like most players here are looking comfortable. It's just a matter of the mini jacks and the shields, which is quite a nuisance. This map.
And everyone gets through that early burst. More of the difficult long notes are coming in here with the mini jack transitions that are a bit difficult to handle, but
flickering. It's flickering right now. Interesting.
Azuber's accuracy actually dropped quite a bit. Too Fast for You and Bakuretsu both holding above 99.7. Only one on France's side holding up with that. But Too Fast for You finds a combo break. Oh, and here we go. Aura finds a break on the jacks right away.
It's a trade, and Too Fast for You seems to be doing a just slightly better than Aura, and Saiken also missing at the mini jack part. This is
again. Only one break on the side of the Netherlands at the moment, 2 from France, even Zaken getting 2 breaks by himself. Too Fast for You with another break, not as important as the other 2 members of the Netherlands, and they're going to come out with a pretty big lead going into this ending.
Yeah, it's just these couple more notes. Too Fast for You had a bit of a miss there. Oh, and there too. That might be enough to swing it in favor, but it's a bit early to tell. It seems like it's going to go towards Netherlands.
It is getting a lot closer, though. Those misses from Too Fast for You not doing a good job of keeping it up, but with this break, ending burst, no mistakes. It looks... Oh, no! Oh, no!
Oh, God!
Oh, my God! No!
My God! Please
this
don't
going to switch over, is it?
Don't, please don't break my heart here. Come on.
No, it's not. Okay, Netherlands does take their first point, equalizing the point count here.
Oh God, those
really good scores. Bakuretsu, 989k.
Oh yeah, it's really impressive. Apparently, it was just Too Fast for You overall accuracy that didn't tank their overall team score. If that had been just a bit too many unclean misses, that could have gone to France just because of them.
Yeah. It was also a good thing that the other 2 players on Netherlands both full comboed, keeping it alive for the Netherlands there.
Yeah. Pretty strong team score all around. No stomp, they're celebrating. Let's go, Netherlands. Lots of people are expecting this to be kind of a sweep because of how stronger France are, but it looks like Netherlands is saying no to it. And now we're waiting for their next pick. I think France is picking. So if I were them, either something like Sronier or...
I think Screw would probably be the next pick from France, given how well LFO went.
Yeah, probably. Or they might just pull off the wild card and start the SV stuff early on. But for sure...
Yeah, potentially. But I don't know if France is really going to be that interested in picking into the SV. I feel like that would be more of a thing that Netherlands would do in this match, particularly.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. because, well, France has some upper hand on many other maps, and it looks like they're going with another pure LN map.
Yeah, Somewhere I Belong coming out. Not the LM pick I expected, but perhaps they don't really want to deal with the, close to hybrid nature of Screw OO Screw.
They might just ignore it altogether. I've seen...
Yeah, I could see that as well. But it's interesting because if they decide to ignore Screw, then they don't have any more long note picks left, essentially, because Endless and Crony are both pretty Rice heavy. And then all they have left are the SVs and the Rice.
They could likely win on some of the Rice, so I might be thinking that they want to bank more on Rice.
I do, like I said before, I do think France is more physically capable than the Netherlands is overall as a team, so the Rice should favor them. But I guess we'll just have to see how that goes once the Rice has to be dug into. Because it is looking like there's good potential for that kind of thing to happen.
There's lots of choke potential in both teams, I feel like. You already commented a bit about how France showed a bit of inconsistency on the tech in particular during the last match against the United States, right?
I'm sorry, repeat that?
You said that France showed some inconsistency on the tech in particular.
They were having issues holding combo, I think, on the technical map. But things like Thinking of You and Cheat Trail should be right up their alley.
Yeah, that's true. It's Netherlands could potentially pick Juno as a map against them, unless France suddenly feels very capable on the tech stuff. I guess we'll see. For now, we're going into Somewhere I Belong, which is very, very tricky, difficult map to hold ACK at least. Not so much combo.
Combo can be kind of awkward, especially if there's a bit of coordination issues on any given player's side. But I think accuracy is going to be the biggest teller of what we can expect out of these long no picks. And the Netherlands didn't show bad accuracy on LFO. They just weren't able to hold on to the combo last time. So this, I think, is going to be quite a bit closer, assuming that the coordination doesn't mess the Netherlands up as much as LFO did.
Yeah, LFO did have the speed long note element to him. But so far, practically everyone is doing really well on this. So indeed, this is much of a LN versus LN matchup.
Yeah, the accuracy is slightly advantaged in the side of France, with two players around that 99.8, 99.9 range. Highest on Netherlands right now is Too Fast For You at 99.7.
And Aura, as always, showcasing that just really skill.
Yeah, for real, holding up that 99.86 right now, though. Zayken is having some issues lower than all three of the members on the Netherlands. That accuracy gap is getting a little bit smaller.
Yeah, I think Zayken is not all that used on LN maps in particular. Back when I knew him as a player, I saw him mostly playing. That's
the trade. Zayken, I think, got 2 misses in that little section, though. Too Fast For You only with 1. The accuracy holding on pretty well.
Yeah, Zayken dropped a lot there. As I was going to say, I always saw Zayken as more of a Rice player than an LN player.
Yeah, potentially, but coming into this score gap is very small. Both Zayken and Too Fast For You back up to that combo cap. Zayken missing again, though, and Too Fast For You will take that advantage back in the side of the Netherlands.
Also, do you think it's pronounced Zayken or Zayken? I can't decide which.
I just pronounce it Zayken.
Does it sound more American? Or whatever. I don't know. That's a lot of misses from him, though.
This lead is getting slightly bigger, too, with Zayken not being able to get up to that combo cap very fast, and still at the lowest accuracy overall, and now with the break But that lead is so small.
Oh my god, it's flickering at the last chorus.
Yeah, Aura's accuracy might be in... Aura and Koidex's accuracy with the full combos might be able to carry them back. And Toxic Scent, despite having a full combo, has a lower accuracy than Zayken now.
Yeah, he's struggling a lot at his releases. Like, doing well by FCing it, but not so much on the act department. It's just dropping and dropping. And that looks like it's going to give France the edge, just the slightest bit of edge.
Yeah, this ending really having putting a toll on Netherlands' accuracy overall, and that lead is now as big as it's ever been during this map. And it looks like France will successfully take their own point again, bring it 2-1, and back to the Netherlands pick.
Yeah, that's a pretty impressive scores, though. That Aura score is really impressive. But yeah, for now, Jack map. I think he's commenting about the fact that there's Jacks in this.
Oh yeah, the mini Jacks they're pretty hard to coordinate, to be fair.
Yeah, when you got release heavy long notes mixed in with mini Jacks, I don't personally know a more awkward combo because it's
and
just
endless coming out. Speaking of mini Jacks with long notes.
There we go.
But this one's a little bit less long note heavy and more of just getting through the tech parts.
Yeah, it's lots of bursts all around.
Yeah, I am actually interested because this is, like I said, France was being a little bit weak on the tech part and on Alone Intelligence. They weren't having the best of times, especially with that 3-note Jack section. This could be a very interesting point to see because I think Netherlands might have the advantage overall just because of that inconsistency from France's side.
Yeah, it is slightly long and certainly very variable in terms of patterning, which might throw France off, as we had discussed about them having some inconsistency on tech. It's also I don't know by how less it is, but it's also probably the least physical hybrid.
Yeah, maybe. It is. It doesn't take that much physical capability for parts of it, but there are sections of this that are very difficult to keep yourself together on. Particularly once the bursts start becoming more extended in that first half. So there is still some physical requirement for this, and if Netherlands isn't able to keep up with it as well as they want to, then France could just take that lead out of it.
Okay, we're getting into it soon now. Wishing themselves some GLHFs.
Yeah, and the VTuber background coming up yet again. 2 pools in a row with a VTuber background.
It's taking over.
It is taking over, true.
Yeah, eventually in like, let's say 2024, every background will be VTuber.
It'll be one map without a VTuber background.
Yeah, that would be the unique pick that everyone salivates over.
But here we go, we get this easier intro with some LNs. This is similar to Alone Intelligence, where you get some time before the more difficult sections come up.
Yeah, true. I mean, some of the intro parts in the Alone Intelligence can be surprisingly difficult to not choke on. But, well, most players shouldn't have big issues with it. It's just that sometimes it feels like, oh, that's a miss from at the same time from both Codex and 2 flaws for you.
I didn't notice this, but apparently Aura had a miss in that intro. I didn't realize that.
Wow,
so there's actually 2 misses to 1 in favor of the Netherlands.
Oh, this pick seems to be working out in their favor. You just have to hold on a couple more minutes. This is the bit of the difficult part with lots of bursts and mini jacks all throughout.
Yeah, and that accuracy is also showing to be very well favored for the Netherlands right now. The highest on France being 99.7, followed by 99.4 by Azuber. The lowest on the Netherlands being 99.56.
That is very strong indeed.
And that's on top of them having 2 full combos to 1 right now. And this burst section can be hard, but it looks like no one's having any real issues.
But, except for Coidex.
Oh yeah, another miss from France's side, and now we're going to get into a bit of a coordination section with these long notes. Potentially favoring France here, but we'll have to see.
This pattern is, like, not super pleasant. Oh,
Coidex, though, with the miss there. And back into some more bursty tech, and we're back into the Netherlands wheelhouse. Oh, with the double miss! Both full combos are now gone. The only full combo left on the board is Azuber on France's side.
Interesting, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
You might want to hold your tongue before Baccarat 2 finds another miss right there.
Oh my god. We might see some flickering.
This ending should favor France too. This is fully long note releases.
Yeah, it's not terribly like complex though, so
we'll have to see. I think if there's no more combo breaks, Netherlands should take this unless there's significant accuracy drops on the Netherlands side, but this section is not the easiest to coordinate.
Yeah, there's a bunch of rights interlaced with the long notes. Definitely super tricky to coordinate well.
But it's looking pretty strong for the Netherlands right now coming out of that. And they make it through with the lead, and there's really nothing left. It looks like Netherlands is going to be able to take their second point in this match. No break points so far in the first 4 picks.
That's an interesting turnout. Okay, I think Netherlands by now should realize France's weakness, try to capitalize on it.
Yeah, I mean, Aura's score is very impressive. 3-0-0-1, that miss being very unfortunate there.
Yeah.
And not to mention Azuber with the full combo, but, you know, just wasn't enough against the better accuracy overall from the Netherlands and their ability to keep combo through most of the map.
It's a lot of chokes throughout, so I guess next pick for Netherlands is either going to be the SVs or Shuno Hazama. For now, France probably.
I think Screw might be the best option here.
I think so
or maybe if they practice the SVs, they could go for that.
Yeah. All depends on them. No way. Wow.
Baccarat is very happy to have gotten the second point.
Guess that gotta be a morale booster. So they'll be playing extra confident.
Yeah, that has to be a big confidence booster for the Netherlands.
Yeah, if you get a confidence boost, that's always great, because then you'll play a lot more confidently and consistently, importantly. That's a lot of adverbs. Sorry.
Indeed. But we are waiting on France's pick. I could see Screw coming out. I could see Cheatriel. Okay, there it is. Cheatriel coming out. Break the law reel. Oh. It's back. The curse is back. We can't type cheat in chat. Thank you, Osu censoring.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid, but I get why it's
But like I said, I think I could expect this. This is very straightforward, right in France's wheelhouse, and the physical capabilities of France should be able to outclass the Netherlands on a pick like this. So I could see this, and then thinking of you coming out next from France, and Netherlands probably going to be going for the more technical choices that are left. I could see Kronier, I could see Shuno Hazama, or I don't know what the third word is. Rain shower. I'm calling it rain shower from now on.
It is Shuno Hazama. Shuno Hazama.
Yeah, I could see that coming out from the Netherlands on their next pick. Yozakura would be an interesting thing to see from either one of these teams.
Yeah, I could see that definitely. For
But
now,
I really want to see SVs at some point in this match.
yeah, it's like they're teasing us.
Yeah, they just don't ban either one of them, and they haven't picked any yet because both teams have been pretty comfortable on the picks they've gone for so far. They've got no breakpoints so far, so their plans are working right now.
Yeah, and now this will be an interesting one because we have seen France being a bit inconsistent at times, and I wonder if this is going to be any different considering it's 3
Yeah,
minutes 50 seconds. And
I
even if
think
you're, yeah,
I think on the more straightforward stuff, they're a lot more consistent. Like Robotic Girl last week, they did very well on. They had no combo breaks and had really strong accuracy. It's just when you get those really technical, complicated patterns to hit, that's when the consistency starts to weaken on the French side.
this map is also a bit different in some sense. Oh my, Tyronix having a very rough start at this. Like, dropped all the way to 97.
A good place for that drop to happen though, right before that 400 combo mark hit. But another miss from Tyronix is not going to be good.
I don't know if that was a curse.
Maybe it was. I don't know.
Unfortunate Tyronix. I'm sure he'll make up for us. Overall, France doing great. As you've said, they are looking pretty confident on more straightforward stuff. I'm just worried because there's a lot of one-hand trills and stuff. Oh, and Aura also misses. And
really interesting spot for Aura to miss, but the accuracy lead is still in the favor of the French side. That lead is going to shrink just a little bit now that Tyronix is back up to the 400 combo, or I guess for the first time this map is up to the 400 combo mark. I should stop talking.
Oh my god. You have his number, man. Ironics, I'm sorry.
Yeah, already a very large lead on the side of France. What is that, about 15, 20,000 points already? And for a map this long, that is a huge lead.
Yeah, and it's at the halfway point too. There's just no stopping, and they are probably going to seize this opportunity. But there are lots of nodes, lots of patterns, and lots of there's a lot of weird patterns in here,
yeah, a lot of repeated one-hand trill patterns that can be pretty difficult to stay consistent on, especially if your physicality is not up to par with the 220 BPM streams that this map offers.
Yeah, and since it's so dense and constant, 220, it just feels very just unnatural to play at times.
Algebra does find a drop, but given that Tyronix has already dropped about 5 or 6 times, Netherlands is gonna need a lot more breaks than just one from Azubur.
Yeah, to make things swing. Looking fairly unlikely considering how consistent they've been showing for the past like 3 minutes. Almost at the end now.
Yep, just one more big stream left to go, and Tyronix finding another break, giving that miss back to Azubur, and keeping that lead very large for the side of France.
You know what I think Tyronix should do? He should take a break, because he's getting too many breaks. Sorry.
But Aura with another break, but I think they're gonna need like maybe 5 or 6, and now with Bakaretsu, I don't think it's even possible for France to drop this point anymore. Good take from France, continuing the train of no break points.
Excellent. We're getting to, maybe we'll get all the way to tiebreaker, which would be pretty epic to see, because both of these are, you know, Europeans. It would be pretty exciting to see Europeans this far into MWC, like at the midway point, getting into a tiebreaker together. You can see lots of hype surrounding that. But for now, Netherlands does need to have a solid strategy going forward.
Yep, they got their own pick coming forward. Cronier coming up, finishing off that hybrid category. Fair pick from them. But potentially the easiest one for France to nab a breakpoint on. But we'll have to really see how well practiced the Netherlands is on this pick.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about this pick in particular. I think a way better option would be Shun or Hazama, but maybe they are also feeling inconsistent on that.
And it looks like we've got roughly the same team staying in on both of the teams on this pick, which is pretty. I mean, Patuz comes in. Wait, was Patuz not in on the last pick? I don't remember. Who won?
I have a very hard time keeping track of players hopping in
Okay,
and out.
Patuz was in, so this is the same exact set of 6 players that we saw in T-Trial.
Yeah, I think they've mostly stuck with the same setup, mostly switching in the Azuber for the Sycan, I think. And out.
Shoira comes in for Tyronics. I think that's potentially fair, given that Tyronics was having a bit of trouble on T-Trial there. Need that extra physicality that Shoira's going to bring. But France is staying the same, and it looks like we're about to get going into pick number 6 out of a possible 11. And still no breakpoints as of right now.
Sorry, a bit of stuff happening on the side. I wonder what's happening here. Why so many MP settings? What's going on?
I think they're just waiting for people to ready up.
And there's the GLHFs. And we're into Xronier, which was pretty recent map. Was mapped for the Soft 5 qualifiers, I believe.
It was, yes. Accuracy out of that opening burst, favoring France. Shoira and Bakretsu both having some small issues with the accuracy on that stream. But that's not really going to be the most important section of this map to think about. I think what's going to be interesting to see is more of the more technical patterns in this, and then the chorus, which I think is going to cause some issues with coordination.
Yeah, probably the most physical hybrid of them all. And the thing about that beginning too is that just lets you right into the fray with no warning. It's like, it's very not alone intelligence. Ooh. Oh, Bakretsu doing really well here, actually. Look at that accuracy.
Yeah, but Aura doing even better at 99.81%. And a miss from Shoira on that jump trill type section is going to give an even bigger lead for France, even barring the intense accuracy lead that France has at the moment. Yeah. But potentially... Oh, a big drop from Azuber rushing that trill.
Oh no.
And Patuz with a miss as well. That might bring the lead over to Netherlands side.
That might be it, yeah. It's just Shoira suffered a bit from bad accuracy, but not too many
misses. This is so close. Yeah, it looks like Netherlands is taking it. But France...
Oh my god.
Oh, everyone's back up 400. France still has the lead. This ending's going to mean a lot. I wonder if anyone's going to mess up the jump trill.
Oh, no,
misses again. Oh my god. No. Coming to the last 5th of the map.
And this is the
no misses on the jump. No,
Shoira.
Very ending here. If France holds combo, they take the breakpoint. First breakpoint of the match, potentially.
Come on. Okay, this looks like it is one. Yeah, definitely one.
Sure, missed a couple too many times there, and France will take the first breakpoint of the match.
Oh god. That could have been theirs. So close. Yet so far.
Yep. But France brings it 4-2 on their own pick. But I almost expect Thinking of You to come out like immediately from France, given how well Chitril went.
And yeah, maybe they're okay. This is France pick, so they'll definitely want to take advantage of that. But go for something like Thinking of You, I think would be a good pick in the scenario.
Yeah, for sure. Or potentially Yozakura. Okay, Thinking of You does end up being the pick for France.
Yeah, I think Yusakura is slightly more wild-carded than Thinking of You. They'd probably do better on Thinking of You, I'd wager.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Wonder if Netherlands can still make a breakpoint out of this.
It looks like, yeah, Too Fast for You is back. I'm surprised that they haven't been playing some of these picks. I feel like they would have performed pretty well on something like Cronier, for example. But, back in for Thinking of You. Good switch out, I think.
Yeah, maybe they just keep it for later points. They just want to get the, I don't know, LN points in first, and then they go for Rise. But for this map in particular, it's pretty short, so France doesn't have much opportunity to mess themselves up.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes, and I think this is well within the range of all these players to hold combos. So misses are going to be very important for this.
Yeah, if they do happen. But it does seem to be a very common thread for everyone to get misses in this matchup. At least like one person gets unlucky misses. Aura, pretty strong start. We'll see how the jump stream goes. Pretty light, but very fast, so kind of difficult to hack, say.
Yeah, these patterns are not the friendliest to get good accuracy on, but that being said, everyone's holding pretty good accuracy. France having just barely an edge right now, but it's not really noticeable. Everyone's so close to each other.
Yeah, it's actually flickering right now. It was closer than I expected, honestly. Maybe
Too
it's
Fast
that.
for You does find a couple of 200s, I think, dropping his accuracy and bringing France's lead just a little bit higher, but no combo breaks as of right now.
Interesting. I think it might be because this is way more lightly layered, whereas Sheet Reel is really densely layered and really messes with your stamina.
Yeah, definitely. There are a couple of weird patterns coming up in this ending. There's one particular that has a 1-4 trill with some hands in the middle of it that can be very difficult to coordinate properly, especially in the middle of all of this dense drum stream.
Bakuretsu is holding the highest accuracy, I think, almost. It's very tied between Patu's Aura and Bakuretsu.
Yeah, no combo breaks as of right now. An accuracy drop from Azubur.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that is enough. Oh, it seems to be dropping even more, actually.
And they make it out of the most difficult jump stream. There's not really much left. I don't see breaks happening. It looks like France is going to edge out this point, bring it 5-2. Unless tragedy strikes in this ending.
We'll see. It's the last stream section.
Yeah, there it is. Nothing left to mess up on. France will take this point by about 4,000 points, just under.
Yeah, really close still. Oh, it was a 50 actually. If he did not get a 50... wait, that was still
I'm not sure that would
in
have
France's
mattered.
favor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would still be in their favor because
France had some very strong scores there.
Yeah. What's the first?
That is a 6-way FC, though.
Yeah, it was
No
the first
misses.
match. Okay, maybe now we'll be seeing some SVs.
Yeah, go for the Hail Mary here from Netherlands, potentially.
Yeah. Could go for a real wild card, such as Marissa. We just hope that France messes up their act a bit too much.
I really want to see some SVs come out here. I think if Netherlands has to pick one, I would go with Massacre in this case, but I just don't know.
What's going to happen? What's the pick? I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm actually going to be sitting on the edge of my seat, literally. This is a very uncomfortable position.
Yeah, Netherlands backed into a corner, not really going to be where they want to be at all, especially dropping the only break point of the match so far.
Yeah. They really need this point, and then they also need to get a couple of break points on their own, and since they still have options such as...
Rain Shower comes out.
Okay, I guess they're not...
I think this is their best pick, especially not knowing how the other opponents are going to do on SVs.
Yeah, but the thing is that it's potentially their last pick, because even if they do win this, France has options here on the table, and they might not pick SV because they might think it's a wild card.
Right. I mean, SV is always going to be pretty risky no matter what the situation is.
Yeah, which is why I'd say you want to try them out as early as possible, because that's when you have the least risk involved, at least.
Yeah, but this is a fair pick from the Netherlands. France have been pretty weak in terms of keeping the consistency on technical charts like this, so I could see a couple of misses coming out from France, and if the Netherlands is able to hold combo, they should be able to take this.
Yeah, the last saxophone solo section is going to be very, very chokeable. It's extremely chokeable, and it's also physically easier, so Netherlands don't have to worry too much about exhausting their poor old fingers. Okay, we're getting into...
Coming into this intro, Toxic Scent seemed to have maybe a 200 in one of those opening mini drags. Lower accuracy than the rest of the lobby right now. Don't think accuracy is what's going to determine the difference between these teams on this. I think combo breaks are going to be huge.
Yeah, definitely. All of these plays looking fairly comfortable on this so far, but of course this intro is pretty comfortably patterned. It's just the very ending where just all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, a lot more mini jack heavy patterns, but it does look like Bakratu has the highest accuracy in the lobby. Toxic Scent is actually ahead of Azubert, and Too Fast For You is just behind Patu, so this is very close right now.
Yeah, it's just flickering. It's going back and forth like crazy.
It looks like France is going to have a very small lead going into this ending, or I guess the second half, not really ending, so to speak, but this score gap is so small.
Okay, yeah, it definitely is.
Oh, and a miss from Aura coming out of that! And that's what I'm talking about, misses are huge!
Yeah, and it's going to get worse from here on out. Here comes the section where you want to keep your just want to keep maximum focus.
Indeed, this part is very choke heavy too, so they have to keep They have to keep this up. But too bad for you finding a pretty big break there. France is going to take the lead off of that.
Oh, no.
Still got a bit of time left. Another miss from France would give it over to the Netherlands, but they are holding on very consistent right now.
They're actually doing way better than I expected them to. It's just at the final couple of verses now. And yeah, that is going to be France's.
France
really
does
close.
Take the point. 8,000 points of difference right there. A really close one. I think Too Fast For You just got tripped up in the wrong time. Really good match here. It was 6-2, but there were a lot of really close maps there.
Yeah, this was definitely one to just memorize. Put to your memory. Just
To remember. This is a match to remember.
Yeah, exactly. That's the speaking the stupid word.
That being said, France will take the win on that losers bracket match, which means Netherlands is knocked out of the tournament, unfortunately. And France will move on in the losers bracket to play one more match this weekend. And yeah. I need to check who they are facing.
That is a question. I think they haven't played the match yet. Let's see.
So it looks they are facing Canada is the team that they are up against.
Oh yeah, that was the win by default.
Yeah, so they will be facing Canada later this weekend. That is going to be a very intense match by itself. I am excited to see that. France and Canada, both very, very strong teams, and vying for their spot in semifinals and top 12 as well. Two teams that really should not be out before top 12, in all honesty. This bracket's not being very friendly to these two teams right here. They have to duke it out for that spot. But that is the only match for this block, and I believe we're going to be back in... It says 3 hours for the match between Chile versus Peru at 20 UTC. So we will be back and ready to stream that match once that starts. But with that, I do not think I have anything else to say. What about yourself?
No, not really. Just wanted to congratulate the teams. Both teams performed extraordinarily. Really good scores all around, and they gotta feel proud of their own performances.
Yeah, so, for real. But with that is going to close out this stream. Make sure I gotta get in a plug before the stream ends. Make sure to buy your banners to support your favorite teams in the OSU store. I'll keep it nice and short, but support the tournament and support your favorite teams with banners. Make sure to do that. But with that, I think we are going to be closing out.
Yeah, buy banners.
Buy banners. All right, everybody. We will see you back in 3 hours for Chile versus Peru. Make sure to come back. We'll see ya.
See you soon.